Here's a 14-inch Masterforce floor fan. Picked it up at Menards a couple of weeks ago. It was the last one they had in stock from last year, and it was still at the same price as last year. And I picked it up because I noticed they got a bunch of new 20-inch ones in recently, and they jacked the price up on those. So I would imagine that whenever the new 14-inch ones come in, the price on those is probably going up too. So I decided to grab this one while the price was still decent. I think it was like $39.99, something like that. These are pretty good fans though, the Menards Masterforce. Generally speaking, they're pretty reliable. They'll last a long time. Really good air movement too. Really simple, easy to use, easy maintenance. Not much to them, really. I think they share a common brand name with Max Air, or at least on the high velocity Max Air fans. I think they use the same motor and switch combination at least. Some of the other cosmetics might be a little different. So we've got input power 80 watts, output power 20. Orient Industries. Made May 2021. This is the model HV-14D. Yeah, at the $39.99 price point, this is a pretty good package. These fans are reliable too. I've had the 20-inch version since 2013 and got a lot of use out of that one. That one is under when they were still using the Extreme Garage name. Same fan, same company made the fan and everything. It's just they switched brand names at some point. Fan came with instructions manual, very basic, easy to read, easy to understand, pretty much straight to the point. Gives you a little exploded view of the bill of materials there. I have the 9-inch version of this too, and I'm going to pull that up here in a couple of minutes after I'm done giving this one a proper review. The only issue that I have with this fan, the only one that I feel like I can knock it for, is that the blade material is a little too thin, it seems. The blade was out of balance, of course. That's kind of common, but usually what happens is you buy a fan like this and the blade's out of balance. What happens is normally you have two blades that are where they're supposed to be, and then you have one that's maybe a little off and you have to move it a little bit so it's in line with the other two. This one, not one blade was in the same position as the others, so I had no reference of like where the blade's actually supposed to be, so I had to just kind of pick one and line the other two up with that one. And when I did that, I noticed the blades moved way too easily, in my opinion. They just seem too flimsy. I think the material is just too light, too thin of a gauge for a 14-inch fan. I mean, it seems like I've got it back in balance now, or I guess as well as I could, but it seems like that might be a regular thing with this fan over time. I'm probably going to have to balance this like every time it gets bumped around anywhere, you know, or if the wind catches it a certain way, I think it could even affect it. It's it was kind of disappointing how easily I was able to move the blades. I mean, there you can kind of see what I'm talking about. I don't really want to demonstrate it by pushing one around, because then I'm going to have to take time to get it back where it was, and that's easier said than done sometimes. But other than that, the fan's reasonably quiet for a high velocity fan, moves a lot of air, good build quality otherwise. Pretty beefy motor. Motor's certainly adequate. I think it starts out on high, but we'll go to the low speed. So here's low. Not much of a startup sound or anything, it just kind of gets up and goes. Pretty decent low speed, reasonably quiet, moves good air. A little bit of vibration, but that's as good as I can get it. It was really bad out of the box. It would have been, you would hear it on the video, it would have been rattling this pretty good. Here's medium. I guess all I have for airflow is this. Yeah, it's a floor fan. It's a high velocity floor fan. It moves a lot of air, as it's supposed to. Still reasonably quiet. There's the high speed. Now it sounds the way that a high velocity fan should. It's a little louder. It's still not really loud though. I feel like I don't have to raise my voice too much to talk over it. Still moves a ton of air. Not a bad spin down, although I'm pretty sure that's a ball bearing in there. So you would think that, you know, ball bearing, it would be crazy long spin down, but I guess it depends on the ball bearings. Motor has pretty good ventilation. I was just kind of checking out the windings in there. Can't really see too well from the back. Anyway, I kind of want to rev this up on high speed one more time. Just really quick, do another spin down. Yeah, pretty good, powerful motor, very responsive. I like that. Those motors are really good. They're strong, they last a long time. They're well ventilated, easy to maintain. So here's the 9-inch version. Looks pretty much the same. I'm not going to run it or anything. I just kind of want to show physical similarities, mostly similarities. In fact, these have the same motor and switch combination, same size motor. I've done a review of the 9-inch fan before and talked about how I thought the motor was kind of overkill. I mean, it's a good thing, but yeah, if you look at this, it's kind of comical. Just the size of the motor in relation to the blade. Same motor. Come on. Input power 80, output 20, just like the other one. This one was made in March 2021. This one was from May 2021. Same handles, basically. Guard design is the same. Stand is the same. Cord and plug, of course, are the same. Blade thickness and design are the same, more or less, which is good for this fan. For the 9-inch fan, that's perfect. Works perfectly for this fan. But going up to the 14-inch, I wish they would have used what you would think of as more of a standard gauge for the blade. For, you know, what you would think the thickness would be on a blade like this. Something a little more substantial. That's the only question mark I have about this fan, is how is that blade going to hold up over the years? How durable is it going to be? I know the rest of the fan is going to be durable. It's going to hold up. But you crash anything into that blade and I think it's toast. Other than that, good fans. Solid fans for what they are. Simple, easy to maintain, pretty good value. Not much else to say about them. Thanks for watching.